Alright, Shalakia coming at you again through the spirit power of Yahawah by Yahawashi, this brother Malachi coming at you again. And it's gonna be another lesson, but this lesson, Lord willing, is gonna be a little bit shorter. Probably way shorter, but than the lessons I normally do. But real quick, the spirit was on me to touch on this and things of that nature. Real quick, I had a thought. I want to present a few precepts and Lord willing be edifying. But ultimately, coming in the way of the Ba'ashim Kakodash, which is the Holy Spirit of truth. Like I said before, this brother Malachi. And what you see on your screen right now is first off, the channel is at the Hope for the Elect 3. Please subscribe and be edified. Brother makes very edifying videos going into current events, things, news that's fresh off the presses, and you can it's basically just a great channel. So subscribe, be edified, be notified about certain things, and all that. Anyway, but the point is, I'm gonna play the video in a second. And basically, this is the MOTB technology. Now, this is what's going to be used to usher in the new world order. Ultimately, it's going to be under this framework, this system, this new system. Ultimately, the old system concerning your money, as far as cash and things like that, it's gonna be obsolete, and there's gonna be a new way to buy and sell, ultimately, and have control over the minds and the spirits of the people. And that's gonna be this RFID chip. What you see right here is exactly how it's gonna look, and how it's going to be implanted into your hand. And ultimately, this is what I was thinking. This is one of the ultimate ways to get destroyed. If you want to be an Israelite and you want to be like, man, how I just want the Lord to just fuck my shit up. Well, I got the answer to how you can do that. And if you want, which is, I advise against it. I'm just being funny. But ultimately, you want to get fucked up by the Lord real bad, take the chip and be an Israelite, and let's just see how it fares for you ultimately. But point is, this is what it's gonna look like, and the Lord, told us and warned us to be, a watchman unto the house of Israel, to give warning of these particular things, as far as especially the MOTB, which is the chip, which is going to be brought upon the earth, via some type of false flag or some type of calamity. It's gonna cause them to usher in ultimately this chip, and after the chip, which is the MOTB, is gonna be the third woe, which is gonna be World War III. Is gonna be ushered in, or is gonna start to kick off, on a high level after that. After the chip is made mandatory. But that's what's next. Ultimately, that's what's next. In their plans, in their new world order agendas, is to get everybody under the conglomerate of this system, which is this chip. And so we're giving you warning, and we're letting you know, and we're gonna constantly let you know to ultimately not take it as chip. This is what it is. This is what it looks like. This is what's gonna happen in the future, and to not to take it as, because the way that this chip, which I'm gonna play the video here, let it play.
Yo, you want to see something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, man. So, this bitch, who knows if this bitch is an Israelite or not? I don't know. She looked like an Edomite, but, that don't mean shit. But ultimately, if she is or isn't, whether she Edomite or she Israelite, she's still gonna get fucked up, But regardless, in these last days that we're coming into, seeing the scripture regarding this particular topic is, Revelations 13, 16, going on down and everything. We know that they're gonna cause both small and great to receive of this mark, and it's gonna be implanted just as you see here. And the way that they're gonna bring this into the earth is gonna be in a way of convenience. Before it's made mandatory, it's gonna be in optional, but then it's gonna be made mandatory, and it's gonna be made mandatory under the threat of death. And you rather choose death than take it as chip. But ultimately, if the Lord is dealing with you, then He's gonna deal with you. He's gonna deliver you. He's gonna be with you in that time, as long as you hold fast unto what you've been taught, and what we've been given, and things of that nature. But ultimately, they're gonna push this chip in a way of convenience. It's gonna be, ooh, look how cool this is. Ooh, I can start my car. I can open doors with my or whatever. It's gonna be a way of convenience. It's gonna be ease of access, and that's how it's gonna be pushed. And I wouldn't be surprised if they use celebrities to make this to look even more convenient. They start using people like LeBron, and start using people like Stephen Curry to push this type, type of this type of this device. But we're not ignorant unto Satan's devices, like it says in 2 Corinthians 2:11. And as well, we understand that this chip was made by our enemies. So what does that mean? That means that this device is not in the way of actual convenience. That's the lie that they will or to deceive they're trying to deceive you into thinking that this is something that's for your benefit, but it's actually for your control and for your destruction. If they want to turn it off or do whatever madness they want to do. Who knows what they're going to be all capable of once they have access and put the chip inside your body. They're telling you that, oh well, we're gonna monitor your biometrics and monitor. Who knows what this chip is gonna be able to do once it's inside your body, once they have control. So why would you relinquish control over your body? And ultimately, this chip is sin is going off, especially for you so-called Israelites, man. But point is that I'm bringing out, just touching on it, and we're gonna get the precepts, because there's precepts in the comments, as you can see. I don't even gotta go to a Bible app. Brothers are already going crazy, and putting precepts, man. Well, I don't know if these are brothers or not, but they're putting the respective correct precepts that belong with this particular thing right here. So I'm gonna read them. And it says, and He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And this is how it looks. As you can see, she's getting it in her arm or her hand. I think that's her left hand. But it says in their right hand or in their foreheads, and no man might not be able to buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast and the number of his name. And then I want to get the other precept, because the Revelations 14 and 9 and 10 goes into the punishment thereof if you do want to be stupid and take this chip. What's going to happen to you? Like, ultimately you're going to die, horribly, and you don't, and we don't want to play around with the Lord. The Lord says in Hebrews 10:31 that, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So we don't want to, you don't want to test Yahawashi, and you don't want to put yourself in a position to get jacked up, because you don't know what you're asking for. You don't know what all the Lord really how bad He's gonna make you suffer for taking and not choosing Him, but choosing to be to to be under the rulership and the ownership of the so-called white man. Because if you take it as chip, is likened unto, through the spirit, how a slave in the ancient world, would, if they wanted, after 7 years of serving a master, if they wanted to continue to serve him forever, then they would, put an awl in his ear, and that would represent, that he belongs to so and so, which is the same thing that you would do with cattle. You would brand them or put certain tags on them so that people can understand and know that, okay, this is my cow. So therefore, Esau Edom is trying to therefore claim the Israelites, the hopeful elect, which they're not going to achieve, claiming the elect. But those of you who do take of this chip, because there are going to be 2/3 and wicked individuals and Israelites, people, whatever, that take of this RFID chip technology. And basically what you're saying spiritually and everything is that you belong to Esau, and that you are fine and dandy doing whatever this man requires of you within this current kingdom. When it gets to that point, that you fuck Yahawashi, you under Esau. That what's gonna happen. So you're gonna get destroyed for this. But it says in Revelation 14:9, and the third angel saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and receive his hand or his mark on his forehead or his hand, the same shall drink the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, so you're gonna get clean fucked up, So there's that. That's the precepts on that. The water to those particular brothers for putting them up and putting the correct ones up, the water. But as well is I was thinking as I was reading the precepts and how this is finna be pushed, because I was listening to the video and I was like, wait a minute. They're gonna push this shit with via a way of convenience, which is how they do a lot of stuff. That's how they got the cell phone in fruition, because at first, people were using house phones. I remember the house phone, but now slowly through time and through the pushing of the cell phone thing, people don't have house phones no more. They became obsolete, which is the same thing that they're trying to usher in and do with this chip. They got to phase out cash. Same thing. Just like I say, same thing with the phones. Everybody was using the house phone. I'm sure there's still people with house phones and shit, but once that cell phone came and years kept going, you go into people's houses and you ask someone they got a house phone, they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I got a cell phone. So you can see how things were gradually transitioned into what they wanted, and now everyone has a fucking phone in their hand, and everybody's addicted. Just looking at the phone, to swiping, and they're people bugged out. That's what they wanted. People to be bugged out, not learning nothing, but consuming a whole bunch of content and having nothing to show for it. You understand? So this chip is going to be pushed of way of convenience, and some particular 2 scriptures popped out in my head once I had that thought. But what made me have that thought was the fact that she said, you want to see something cool. What's cool about this wicked shit right here? What is cool about this? Because we understand if you do this, then you get into Revelations 14:9 and 10. So what's cool about that? But like I said, that made me think that they think this shit is cool. They think this shit is neat and nifty and innovative. But they're gonna innovate their ass into a fucking nuke. So therefore, what the fuck? But it means that, look, they're gonna push this shit through way of convenience. And so that made me want to get it. That made me think of a particular precept that came to mind, and it's right here in the Ecclesiasticus 12:16 or Sirach 12:16 in the Apocrypha, that it says here, an enemy, speak of sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, which is in his mind, his lob, which goes into mind, which is the Hebrew word for heart. But it says, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And he will weep with his eyes, but he will find an opportunity. He will not be satisfied with blood. This is going to our enemies. So our enemies are speaking sweetly with the lips. They're telling you, hey, we got the, well, they're gonna tell you, in the future, oh, we got this chip. It's gonna restore everything that you lost, all that financial hardship, we're gonna reset your debt. Oh, you're not gonna have, you're not gonna have college and what's that called? That college debt that you get built up for trying to get these degrees that don't mean a damn thing. Oh, we're gonna reset that. You're not gonna have to deal with that. Just come over to this system. They're gonna be promising particular people and all types of goodies and all types of incentives to come ahead and go over to the system, because that's how it's gonna come. They're gonna push it in a way of, oh, this is good for you, when it's really the worst thing for you. You know what I mean? It's the worst thing for you, literally, through the spirit. So I'll read again. It says, the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. So we understand this is coming through way of convenience, through it, that it's innovative, it's cool. This is the next step. This is evolution. No, this is what's gonna get you people destroyed and get the Israelites, consisting of so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans, destroyed. If you wanna be foolish enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take this. All right, that's your ass. And that's why we're on the highways and byways and we're warning you. And so that's one precept. But I would like, another precept popped up in my head as well, because this is the times that we enter into. We're in some perilous times, like it speaks about in 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. So, we're here. The technology's here. It's just when the prophecy of it being pushed and it becoming mandatory is, according to the scriptures, is when that's gonna come to pass. But it is gonna come to pass, and it's gonna come to pass in this generation. All right, it's not gonna be no 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, then they bring it out. No, it's here. It's here now, and it's a matter of time before it be brought to fruition, as far as the prophecy being fulfilled. Now, let's get a precept here. I'm, Lord willing, it pop up. Oh my God. Yeah, this shit is broken or something. I'm gonna have to fix this shit. I'll just do a word search for it. This shit is crazy. I'm thinking it's Psalms 55 or Psalms 50, but I ain't know for sure. I think it's 55. Yeah, I was right. Let's go to Psalms 55. Salakia. Hold on. Hold on. Salakia. Hold on. Okay, I'm like, yo, where is it? Now I'm gonna start at Psalms 55 and 18. The point is further down, but we're gonna get into it. It says, he that hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. So we got many enemies, in this truth. Like, we have a shit ton of enemies. Anyone outside the faith of believing in Yahawashi is your enemy. Your family, your household, your bitch, your woman. She can turn around and be an enemy. Your children, they could turn around and turn into your enemy. So anyone outside this truth is liable. So you gotta, and then we got our actual enemies being, the nations and everything else. But, we got a lot of enemies in this truth, man. That don't mean that you gotta be fighting everybody. But, scriptures say be peaceable with all men. But, gotta understand that, you know, they are your enemies. Man, come on, man. Salakia, man. I don't know why the fuck these white people are fucking revving up their engines and doing dumb shit. But, you know, I don't know, man. What you gonna do? You know, this is the kingdom. This is the conditions of the battle. You know, but it don't matter. They're gonna be destroyed. You know, let them have their fun. Let them have their fun. Let the Edomites have their fun. You know, Lamentations 4 and 21. You know, let them do what they gotta do. You know, they gotta rev their engines and have a golly good old time. Because I mean, shit, they're going to captivity. So shit, that's the last time they're gonna be revving anything. Anyway. Now this is Psalms 55 and 18. It says, He delivered my soul from peace in the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. It says in verse 19, And the Most High shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old. Because they have no charges, therefore they fear not the Most High. All right. He says in verse 20, He have put forth his hands as such that be at peace with him, and he has broken his covenant. All right. It says in verse 21, the words of his mouth. All right, here we go with this one. Hold on, Salakia. Salakia. Bear with me. You know, they just be cruising by, making noise and shit. Bear with me. But it says here is I'm gonna start at 20 again. It says, He that put forth his hands is against such that be at peace with them. He has broken his covenant. Yeah, Esau come up against everybody. You know, Esau put your ass to death and you ain't did nothing to him. You know, or put you to death for little to nothing. You know what I mean? And Esau is breaking plenty of covenants, plenty of treaties, and plenty of, we're not gonna do this, and then they'll go do it and fuck up everything. Or we're not gonna drop bombs on you and drop bombs. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know? You know? But anyway, it says in verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And this is the same thing, which is, you know, kind of precepts to what I was just bringing out in the Sirah 12, which is they're trying to deceive. Hey, man, I might just put curses on this nigga if he tripping. Don't make me have to shalak ram your ass, man. You making too much noise. Yeah. Anyway, goddamn, Salakia, man. You know, no matter where I go, if they do that, y'all gonna hear that shit. It ain't my fault. But anyway, it says in verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So, man, you take this chip and you think it's sweet, man. Whole time he trying to destroy you. You know, Esau, Edom, and the nations have been at war with us since you know we became a nation. You know, because they are against us, man. Okay, anyone that's outside of an Israelite is your natural enemy. But that does not mean that you got to go and try to fight everybody. But that just means that the heathen nations are not on your side. They're not set up to like you. You know, that's not in their spirit like that. You know. But it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So therefore, hey, we ain't gonna sit here and trust this man. Like it says in Sirach 12 and 10, you know, we're not gonna sit here and trust Esau, Edom with shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially not taking the MOTB or the chip, because like I said before, they're gonna push it through way of convenience and try to make it seem as though this is gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. But really, he's really in his spirit, in his heart, you know. Inwardly, he's trying to fuck you up. He's trying to destroy you. He's trying to make you drink the Kool-Aid. He's trying to make you drink the poison. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all right. Because Esau is a bloody man, and we must be delivered from this man. Okay, we must be delivered from these damn crazy ass Edomites, man. All right, because let me get a precept. Because hold on. Oh, that shit never work. Now let me get a precept. Precept in Psalms about, Salakia. Let me see. Get a precept here. Psalms. Salakia, bear with me. Start Psalms 37 and 11 says, "But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves with an abundance of peace." We're not under peace right now. It ain't gonna be no peace no time soon until Esau Edom is put under foot, taken out of the way, and put under captivity, especially along with these nations. It says the point though. It says in verse 12, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth." But it says here in verse 13, "The Lord shall laugh at him, for he see that his day is coming." We laughing at Esau because go ahead and bring the chip, because guess what? Once you bring that chip, we know that the kingdom is close. We know that, World War III is right after that, and we're finna get delivered up out of here, man. And we're finna enter into godhood, man. We're finna enter into being rulers and kings of the earth, and we're finna be changed as far as our bodies. We're gonna be changed. So, with all that being said, I just wanted to bring it out, real quick lesson. It might have been a little bit longer than I thought, but it is what it is. That's the spirit. And, call out Yahawashi, but, just giving warning unto this MOTB, as simple as that. Don't take this shit, especially if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, because you're an Israelite and the Lord Yahawashi has instructed you and has given you commands and orders on what to do and what not to do on the earth. And the way that he does that is through his mouthpieces, which are the prophets of the Lord. Okay, men on the earth or messengers, or they have the mouthpiece of the Lord on the earth is the prophets of the Lord. So that's why we're going into these things, and that's why I'm going into these things, and that's what we're warning you of, through the spirit. If you've never seen a video like this, or if you're an Israelite, and you or you're just if you're an Israelite and you so-called happened upon this video and you never saw what the MOTB is, which is the mark of the beast, then this is what that is, and this is what they're trying to do, and ultimately they're trying to destroy you. Okay, but the Lord Yahawashi has sent out messengers and watchmen unto the house of Israel to give you warning and to give you heed, so that you can hearken so that you can avoid and not be ignorant unto Satan's devices. All right. So with that being said, I think that's the last precept I want upon that. But let me get this. This is Proverbs 2:2. It says, "So that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thy heart unto understanding." So understand what I'm saying, through the spirit, and hearken and choose not the chip, man, and choose Yahawashi and to live as righteously as we can, within this flesh, man. Keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, and doing what we got to do for Yahawashi ultimately. But Yo, this shit is purposely trying its hardest to not give me any precepts that I want. Table snare. Can they just go into the precept? But anyway, it's like it. That's mostly it though. I'm trying to make sure though. Yeah, that's it. So with all that being said, I want to say shalom, but real quick before the precept I was trying to get, it was the precept of basically how David asked in the psalm that their table be made a snare, and the ones he was, you know what, I just got to get the precept now. Fuck it. It is really my bad because I don't know why the Bible app is tripping like that. Like it's tripping. Like it's pulling up precepts, but those precepts aren't the precepts I want, and I'm typing in the correct keywords because I know what the keywords onto certain scriptures that I want to bring out, and it's not popping up because on some dumb shit. But fuck. This is Psalms 36, Psalm 69 and 23. It says, "Let their table become a snare before them." So the Lord is asking that, or no, David, one of the men of the Lord is asking Yahawashi or Yahawah to make the wicked Israelites who are meant for this truth, that they basically don't come into this truth. So even though I'm warning you, I'm giving you warning, hey, don't take the chip, whoopty whoop, etc., etc. It's already set up that some of you, no matter what we do, no matter how plain that we make it, because this video is super plain, I'm right to the point, and yet somehow someone is still gonna find fault with it and be like, nah, and still take the chip, or still find a way to justify taking the chip, which is then your table has been made a snare. Your eyes are darkened. But it says, "Let their table become a snare before them, and they that which have been for their welfare, let it become a trap, and let their eyes be darkened, that they shall see not, and make their loins continually to shake." All right, so you're gonna be destroyed, man. You're gonna be fucked up, man. You're gonna be a bad case if you don't hearken. But there's gonna be particular men on the earth that's not gonna hearken because they're set up not to hearken, because they're wicked. All right, and you're gonna taste of the reward of being so foolish. But with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead say shalom, and until the next video, through the spirit.